Oh, g'day guys! Welcome back to Vermont Wildlife Science Station. Today we're going to be talking about Squamata viperidae crotalus horridus, or the timber rattlesnake. We'll talk a bit about their habitat, their venom toxicity, their diet, and how they've become an endangered species in our region. We'll also talk about how you can be aware without being scared. Let's get into it. The timber rattlesnake is the only highly venomous snake species in our region. They are a front-fanged pit viper species that can produce a copious amount of highly toxic venom. Let's get into their venom toxicity next. Now up here in the northeastern region, the timber rattlesnakes found here have what's known as type B venom. Now this is a hemo and a necrotoxin. Hemorrhagic toxin causes massive amounts of bleeding, while proteolytic toxins cause tissue damage, also known as necrosis. Although they're highly toxic, timber rattlesnakes are not overly aggressive. They mostly resort to scare tactics like hisses, rattles, and flattening out their body, making themselves look really scary to frighten their predators away. This includes the humans that are walking around them daily. All they want to do is get away from you. You'll hear them long before you ever see them. Next, let's get into some details on the timber rattlesnake. Timber rattlesnake can reach lengths from 36 to 60 inches long. They can weigh from 1 to 3 pounds fully grown and live 20 to 25 years in the wild, reaching the age of 35 to 40 years in captivity. They're poikilothermic, which means they derive their body temperature from their surroundings, basking in the sun to warm up and cooling off in the shade. Next, let's go into their habitat. Timber rattlesnakes are generally found in deciduous forests on rugged terrain. They can be found in a wide variety of terrestrial habitats, including lowland cane thickets, high areas around swamps and river floodplains. They can be found in hardwood and pine forests, mountainous regions, and rural areas with farming activity. They love high rocky outcrops where they can sunbathe during the summer and hibernate during the winter. Next, let's go into their diet. The timber rattlesnake is known as a rodent specialist. Their diet mostly consists of squirrels, chipmunks, mice, rats, moles, voles, shrews, and they've even been known to take down the odd eastern cotton-tailed rabbit. They can also take down small birds, frogs, other amphibians, and even small reptiles, and they've been known to eat other snakes. Now, the timber rattlesnake is an ambush predator. It sits hiding in the dense underbrush, the dense overgrowth, and even in thick leaf litter. It uses its pits located right here. Please don't be afraid, this is just plastic. Right here along this front line here, under its eyes areas, there's heat sensing pits because they're a pit viper. They use those heat sensing pits to locate its prey as it's walking by. The prey doesn't see it, it's in a camouflage position, and then whack! It strikes, envenomates, and sometimes the animal can wander away because it takes a few minutes to die. Now, they have an amazing vomeronasal organ known as the Jacobson's organ located right here in the roof of their mouth, as you can see right there. And this helps them with the use of their tongue to smell the world around them. They use this with their tongue, and it goes up into the roof of their mouth. They stick it out, get the scent, and stick it up into this Jacobson's organ to analyze the scent. Now what happens then is they can find their prey animal that has just died, locate it, find it, work around it, get head first, and then swallow it down head first. Now the reason why they find going head first so important is because that's the way the hair grows. It grows back from the head. So they have a less likely chance of choking, and they know it. Next, let's go into the reproduction. Timber rattlesnakes are a K-selected species which is characterized by their long lifespan, late maturation, low reproductive output, and just a slow turnover on their population. Females reach the age of sexual maturity between 6 and 11 years of age, and males between 4 and 7. Mature females have litters up to 10 young, but usually average 8 every 3 to 5 years. Adult females may only have 3 to 5 reproductive events in their entire lifetime. Breeding begins from July through September after their annual June-July shed, at which point females release a pheromone to attract a mate. After mating, females store the sperm over the winter, releasing it for fertilization in late May. After a 90-day gestation period, during which a gravid female normally doesn't eat, she starts having her young. Birthing takes place after a 90-day gestation period around August 15th through September 25th. Now, timber rattlesnakes are ovoviviparous, meaning that their eggs are fertilized and incubated inside the mommy's tummy. She gives birth every 20 minutes to an hour to little embryo sacs containing her babies, and once they're born, they break out of the sacs and take their first breath of air. Now, this particular snake species is actually known to have maternal instincts. She stays with the babies up until their first skin shed at around 10 days old. This is amazing. It's not seen in a lot of other snake species, if any other snake species around the world. The young follow their mother's scent trails back to dens for hibernation. Next, let's get into hibernation. During the winter months, the timber rattlesnake enters its hibernation den, known as a hibernaculum, to sleep. Hibernacula are usually located on south-facing slopes with exposed limestone seams and go down well below the frost line underground. Now, snakes begin entering their hibernacula around mid to late October, and they hibernate for about approximately 122 to 175 days, finally emerging around mid to late March. Now, the timber rattlesnake has been known to share its hibernaculum with other snake species such as the black rat snake and even the copperhead snake. Isn't that fascinating? Now, upon emergence, snakes love to find a open, well-sunlit area, usually on rocky outcrops, so that they can sunbathe and bring their body temperature up for hunting. Next, let's go into human-snake relationships. Snakes are one of the most common animal phobias known to man. Many people, my mother included, fear or dislike snakes even when they're not venomous. Even though the timber rattler is extremely dangerous, that doesn't mean that they go out and actively hunt and hurt people. Many times, encounters are purely accidental. While they're going about their lives, so are people. Sometimes their paths cross, and the experience can be very intimidating. People often panic when seeing these formidable-looking creatures and assume they want to hurt them. That couldn't be further from the truth. Rattlers just want to get away. Mostly they rely on their ability to make loud noises and hiss and flatten their bodies and look big before their fangs ever become bared. So please don't ever think that they want to purposefully hurt you. That couldn't be further from the truth. Best way to avoid being bitten by timber rattlesnakes is knowing your surroundings. If you're walking through an area that could potentially house them, use your eyes and ears to make sure that you're not coming into contact with one. Education is your best tool to avoid having a negative experience with one of these beautiful creatures. Now again, as stated before, you'll hear them long before you ever see them. If you hear a rattle, stop. Look around you. Do you see anything? They could be hiding in dense underbrush, under leaf litter, and rocks, logs, and anything else in the area, so stop in your tracks and look around. Once you spot them, calmly back away. Go in the opposite direction and give them plenty of space. They'll leave you alone if you leave them alone. Timber rattlesnakes are more likely to get away from you than to bite. Although they look like a vicious species, they're actually quite docile and just want to be left alone. They're quick to get out of your way and very uninclined to bite you. That's why they rattle. Now, the chances of getting bitten by a timber rattlesnake, especially here in the state of Vermont, are very low. They have 2 isolated pockets here in Vermont, and encounters are rare. Should the unlikely event of a snake bite occur, seek immediate medical attention at your nearest hospital. Next, let's talk about population and being listed on the endangered species list. Unfortunately, the timber rattlesnake was bounty hunted in the state of Vermont up until the year 1977. By 1987, a mere 10 years later, they were considered an endangered species. There are 2 confirmed pockets of population up in Rutland County, Vermont, where I was born and raised, and there have been sightings all the way down into Manchester, Vermont, not far from where we are now. Since timber rattlesnakes are considered rodent specialists, it's imperative we keep them within our delicate food web that we speak so much about. This will prevent rodent overpopulation. If rodents become overpopulated, the damage to cropland, waterways, and the spread of disease could be absolutely devastating. The Vermont Wildlife Department has several online resources for reporting sightings of timber rattlesnakes and for having them safely removed from your area. The Vermont Rattlesnake Removal Program is a free service dedicated to protecting Vermont residents and timber rattlesnakes alike. Since its launch in 2004, the dedicated team of this service has moved dozens of timber rattlesnakes while educating the public on rattlesnakes' facts, myths, and benefits. We must strive to give these beautiful animals the space and respect they deserve while maintaining a healthy relationship in our shared living areas. We hope that we've brought in a little bit more clarity into the world of the timber rattlesnake for you, and please be sure to check out the links below for the Vermont Wildlife Department's resources on timber rattlesnake sighting reportings and or if you need one removed from your area. We hope you enjoyed this educational journey into the world of the timber rattlesnake, and we're so thankful that you joined us. Please be sure to hit that like button and hit the subscribe and bell notifications and click all so that you're notified when we pop up new videos. And as always, stay safe, stay warm, and we'll see you next time right here at Vermont Wildlife Science Station. See ya!